All right. Hello, everybody. I forgot I turned on the stream. I am going to be doing some live casting here for tournaments of some sort. It's some kind of late night tournament thing that's going on. I just figured I'd cast for shits and giggles. Um, let's plug myself in there a little bit. Looks like a bunch of people are just joining up. People that I know. I don't know why they're joining up because usually if I join a game, people from my friends list don't randomly show up. Like once in a great while they do, but not usually. So it's kind of weird, you know. So apparently they're doing this tournament with 32 people, I believe. I guess some other guys signed up, but apparently they're not on the North American server, so they're not actually here. So whatever, you know, it kind of happens. So anyways, we do have Mr. Sync playing as Protoss. He is in our team, MG of course. He just joined not that long ago, and his opponent is Mr. GG Tortoise, who is of course, well, I've heard of him before. I haven't actually seen him play before. But he plays Zerg, and we're playing on the MLG version of Zelnaga Cavern. So what that means is there is a supply depot, you know, right here below your choke here or your ramp. So you can't do a pylon wall off. You can't put a barracks here and then a supply depot there, so that you wall off against Zerg. You know, it prevents them from finding you. But anyways, the game has started. We have Mr. GG Tortoise spawning at the bottom left. Here is our light pink Zerg. And we have Mr. Sync spawned at the top right as our purple Protoss. Now this map, pretty much a lot of people play a lot of standard stuff. Like this map is very standard for everything just because, I don't know, it's a pretty standard map, you know. So, well, let me set myself to busy. I kind of did this at the last second, so I don't know why Danny's here, but he's a really good player. He's on his other account. He's a grandmaster, so this guy knows his stuff. He can really help Sync out. You know, they're both on MG, and you know, in case you're wondering, he's also known as Exotica, and that's his GM account. So definitely a really good player. He's just here to watch. It looks like just to see what's going on. Just kind of confused as to why he randomly joined, and you know, as well as Sweep. You know, I've casted Sweep in the past. You know, I was just starting casting, and it's just kind of weird to see him again because I never see him anymore. But he left, so whatever. So anyways, looks like not much is going on as of yet. Looks like that gateway is going down right at the ramp. So Sync here playing standard. It looks like Tortoise here going for that fast expansion right on. Wow, he did that at 16. I believe that's pretty long. You know, I did a test where, you know, if you do like a 15 hatchery and then a 17 pool, it's actually, you get less income than if you do a 14 hatchery and a 16 pool. And the reason why you delay the pool that long is so that the pool and the hatchery finish at the same exact time, so you get both queens out at the same time. The timing just works out really well. You don't have to do it like that. In fact, a lot of players don't. Just something that I do. And really quick here, I'm going to change my settings. Looks like he threw down a pool there. What am I looking for? Looking for gameplay side. What? No controls. Here we go. Mouse scroll speed, turn that down. Mouse sensitivity, turn that. Well, not mouse sensitivity. What am I doing? Sound levels look like they're okay. Oh, I remember there was something else I used to turn down. Oh, whatever. I think it was the sound, so I think we're good. Yeah, now we can scroll really slow, and that's kind of nice for people, so it's not moving all around. So anyways, it looks like this drone here is in hot pursuit of that probe. The probe does get one hit, or takes one hit anyway. Chrono boost going on this Cybernetics core, and he actually has a lot of juice saved up on his Nexus here, so I do believe he might be going some kind of 4-gate. Maybe he just wants to get that Chrono out. I mean, the Warp Gate tech out, so he can get a bunch of gateways and do that 3-gate expand. Because his gas was stolen, as you can see. Zealot working his way on that, and well, there it goes. So you know, that pretty much eliminates any kind of like Stargate play. You can still go Stargate, but it's just kind of different and difficult, and I don't know, it's just kind of weird. So, whoops. Alright, so there's the Nexus. It looks like he's going to be expanding on just one gate for now. Wow, that's kind of ballsy. Usually you wait for 2 more gates but it looks like he just wants it up right away, and that's going to help him a lot, unless Zerg busts it. You know, if Zerg goes in there with a bunch of Zerglings and Roaches, and it could be all over for Mr. Sink here, and, you know, that's going to be, of course, bad news. And one Zergling just running around, you know, he scouted that, he saw that Nexus was there, he knows what's up, and we'll see how he responds. He does have 2 Spine Crawlers here. I do believe that's probably because he saw the Cybernex cord get chrono boosted a bunch of times, and, you know, that's just there to do that. But as you can see, there's 3 drones here just kind of sitting there. I'm really confused because oh, maybe this is maybe Tortoise isn't. I don't know. Usually you don't see that. Like, even good players don't do that. You know, even players around my level don't do that. So that's kind of strange. Maybe he's not as good as I remember. Maybe I've just seen him in a, you know, an OBS game or something like that. I don't really know, to be precise, but I have seen him before somewhere. Well, looks like he's going to be okay with those 2 Spine Crawlers. Looks like a couple guys are on pursuit here by Sink here. You know, he's going to see those those Spine Crawlers there. Immediately turn around. He's definitely not going to be able to get in there. He's going to find the second Spine Crawler in just a sec, it looks like. Yeah, you definitely do not want to go in there, Mr. Sink. You know, the Zealot did take a little bit of damage there, but of course only on the shields, so these guys actually got out of there without taking any hits whatsoever, because the shields do recharge, and that's going to help out a lot for later. You know, you don't want to throw away units for nothing. You know, you don't want to throw away hit points for nothing even. You know, like, if you're really serious about this game, you really got to think about what you're doing and make sure you don't just lose guys over nothing. You know, especially as Protoss. You know, Protoss, you don't have to click all around like Zerg does. Like, oh, I got to, you know, make sure I have Larva on my hatchery coming out. You know, I got to make sure I have creep going on. I got to make sure I have guys coming out and all that good stuff. You know, just moving overlords around. There's a lot to Zerg, you know, and I think everybody knows that. But you know, as Protoss, there isn't all that much. You know, there is stuff to do, but not quite as much. So I mean, you should definitely not be losing guys randomly, willy-nilly style, because that's just not good play. You know, that's just shows that you're a bad player, and, you know, maybe your opponent's going to do something different. So anyways, looks like a lot of drones are up here. Let's look at the unit counting tab. We have 32 drones and actually 42 probes, so Protoss is ahead on this point with these probe counts, with the worker count, I should say. Looks like he has 4 guys in this assimilator. That's kind of strange. The other ones only have 3. One thing I do want to point out is, you know, players playing in a tournament, it's completely different than playing on a ladder, completely different than playing in a custom game. You know, there's more at stake. You know, right now there's no money on the line or anything like that. You know, this tournament's for nothing, you know, just to say that you can win. But, you know, you are going to be nervous. You know, if you're not used to tournaments, you're going to be nervous, right? So, I mean, you make mistakes like keeping your drones idle at your hatchery and putting 4 guys in the gas, stuff like that. And, well, it just kind of happens, you know. So anyways, looks like Tortoise here going up for that macro hatch. Looks like he's finally getting that Zergling speed. He does not have fast Zerglings. He definitely wanted to be on the defensive this entire time. And, you know, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of going to be really nice. You know, that's a Spanish wall type-esque thing to do. You know, delay your speed as much as you can and just defend. You know, of course that is a tell. You know, that means, okay, I definitely am not going to go in there and attack you. Well, anyways, hold that thought. There is an attack going on in here. Sink trying to do what he can. It looks like he's going to pick off a lot of Zerglings here, but there are a couple of Spine Crawlers here. Let's see, he does not have a pylon, so this is pretty much just it. He's not going to be sending in a whole lot of guys, you know, unless he sends a probe. There's no probe on routes, but looks like he's possibly going to run back now. You know, that's always going to be a good play. You run in there, do what you can, and the thing is, Zerg is just going to be pumping out guys, and you must just leave. You know, like, you're going to lose the battle eventually, especially if you don't have that pylon there. You know, it's going to take some time for your reinforcements to get down there. So it's a good idea, you know, if you've seen an opportunity to poke in there, do some damage to his units, and then just run out. You know, you don't want to overcommit to something that could possibly cost you, you know, you don't want to lose all your guys, because, I mean, that could either cost you the game, or it could put you back at even. The point is you want to be ahead, and, you know, Sink here doing a good job just getting ahead, and that's really what you want to be doing. So anyways, it looks like he's going to be taking out this destructible rock here, possibly expanding shortly after. He does have quite a bit of chrono boost, actually a lot of chrono boost on both Nexi, and well, hopefully he'll be using that shortly. Well, that's just part of tournament play. Like I was saying, you get nervous and you forget about things. I know Sync, he's not someone to forget about Chrono Boost. Like maybe he forgets it once in a while, but not like full energy type forgetting. So it looks like he was supply blocked. He built a whole lot of overlords. He built like 5 or 6, I think it was. Yeah, 5, and that's a lot. It looks like he's going to be observer hunting here in a second. He does have that overseer coming out. Sync is going to have to move that observer, excuse me, sheesh, and or not. These queens should definitely see that that's there. Apparently it's just going to leave and Sync's going to have to run. There we go. Alright, come on. Oh, no, he's going to die. Oh well. So anyways, both players taking a third right now, and it looks like Sync just taking his third in the back here, taking out those rocks just for later. It does kind of make Zerg. I mean, when I play and I see a player attack the rocks, I feel like, okay, he's going to be expanding there soon. I can either drone up or I can get away with stuff because he's going to be expanding. Obviously, he didn't take that, so I mean, Zerg might be like, okay, can I make units or not? It's kind of a frustrating moment not to know what your opponent's doing. So I mean, you really need to scout this, see what's going on. Obviously, he doesn't scout this spot, but I'm just saying it's a good tactical type thing to do for a Protoss player. So anyways, it looks like Sync trying to do what he can to this hatchery. Looks like the hatchery is going to go down. Meanwhile, all these roaches, still slow roaches here. Just going to have to hang back and lose that hatchery, and Zerg is just getting further and further behind here. Let's look at the count here. Yeah, 75 probes to 46 drones. He's definitely behind at this point. He definitely does not have the economy to go up against Sync if it was an all-out fight. That's something I like about about the balance, how it is right now. There's I've engaged in a lot of battles where it's really reinforcements against reinforcements, and whoever gets more reinforcements, whoever is able to churn out more reinforcements wins. Whoever has the best macro, and that really is what it comes down to at that point. But yeah, right now Sync just has too much economy, and well, Tortoise here gonna have to GG, eventually here, I do believe, because he does not have the drone count. He's gonna have to do some serious damage at this point to kill off a bunch of probes. So anyways, looks like, he tried to do what he could right there. Small engagement there, well, actually, a fairly large engagement there, but he lost a lot of guys. He's gonna have to rely on these infestors now. Upgrades going down for both players. Looks like Sync is up 1 armor, 1 attack. Roaches have 0, 0, so definitely not all that awesome. And well, some infested Terrans coming down. Does not have that upgrade for the infestor to get that plus energy for the fungal growth, which would have helped a lot, but what can you do? You got guys at your base and you're gonna lose if you don't kill them off. So these roaches just kind of scrambling around trying to find a good spot to attack. Drone's coming off the line now, and I do believe this is going to be it, because there's really not much you can do at this point. Sync has the better economy. He's going to be able to just reproduce guys like crazy, by comparison. And so yeah, there's that GG. Well done, Mr. Sync. I do wonder if it's a best of 3 or if it's let me ask him. Alright, so it was a best of 1 for the first 2 rounds. Oh yeah, because it's the round of 32 right now, and then you go on to the round of 16, round of 8s. I think the round of 8 is a best of 3. Yeah, now all the usual tournament stuff going on. You gotta make sure that you record your win and all that. Since this isn't for money, I asked them, can